Okay, I swear I haven't had any sleep. It has been, I've just got so much company, and then it's really hard to find any time to even record. People just start coming in, and last night I kept just thinking, oh, I'm just gonna get up early, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get up early, I'm gonna do it. So I couldn't sleep because I kept on being like, oh, it's time to get up, it's time to get up. So I'm kind of tired. Anyways, there's like so many things that I have been, conversations and stuff that make me think about things. So one of the things, I have a few different things. I'm going to do like a couple different ones about some of the stuff. But one of the things is, like I heard that they are having a shortage of chickens now. And that is the thing is people, I was talking about it with the guns and stuff, is that this is about controlling us. This is about controlling our food. It's about fear and control. And food is a huge way to control us. So these shortages are on purpose. Everything they're doing is on purpose. The wood, the food, all of this stuff, and they're desperate. They're trying to do anything. It's not going to work, but it's just to try and wake people up to what's really going on with humanity and on this planet. And it's, apparently not quite working yet on some of this, because yesterday I was in the car and I think we were talking about something with food, and I said, yeah, there's a shortage. Oh, I was talking about the small farms. So if you are having any kind of problems with food and stuff, pulling the blanket off, then the little small farms, because we were driving out like by Summit. We were right up at the Canadian border. It's all just farms everywhere in Washington State over here by me. I think even over above by Spokane, once you get up there, it's just, it's not, the neighborhoods. There's neighborhoods, but they're not like what you think of. But so we were driving over there yesterday, and there's just lots of farms, little farmers markets and stuff like that. So if you're having any problems, that's who we want to support right now. We don't want to be supporting the corporation. We want to see the corporation, be gone. We're done with the corporation. So yeah, if there's anything about food, there's, when you go out rural, there's little farms around everywhere. So just keep in mind, if you need to get fruits or vegetables or any kind of food. I saw some people on next door talking about, they were meat eaters, but I was just looking because this guy was also asking about chickens, but he wanted to buy farmed raised chickens. He didn't want to buy any he doesn't buy meat from the store because it's so processed and full of hormones and stuff. I mean, for God's sakes, I have a 9-year-old and a 10-year-old grandchild. One of them, if not both of them, have started their period, have got, pubic hair, need bras and stuff. So it's like, oh, people, this is not natural. This is artificial. This is being processed through our food and stuff. It's so weird because my granddaughter was talking about, she thought she's going to end up being like 7 foot. And I'm like, no, you only grow about an inch after you start your period. And I said, but man, I don't know what happens when you're 10 and you're still like, I mean, she's tall for a 10-year-old, she's 5'3". But, as for an adult, she'd be tiny. And, yeah, so I don't know what these girls starting these periods and puberty at such a young age, if that is going to stunt their growth in some way, I don't know. I mean, we got scientists messing with our food. So, anyways, the stuff with the guns, all of it is to short the food. And so when I was talking about this with my daughter while we were driving, and I said that, she I don't have any sympathy for people who eat meat anyways, whatever. If they can't find it, that's their own problem. And I said, yeah, but it doesn't matter, you know, what other people eat. The whole thing is the government should not be able to control it. They should not be able to control our food. And that is the thing, is like people don't get the freedom until it infringes on their own. They're willing to accept other people losing their rights. But once it steps into their own, and that is what we're kind of in the process of right now, is everybody has to get to that place of like feeling lost, feeling like, you know, to question things, to question their lives, to understand like what the fuck is going on. And, you know, I mean, we're so close at this point of, you know, like the big reveal, like there's so much stuff coming out. And, you know, I don't know what stations are repressing it or, you know, censoring it still, but no matter what, it's all coming out, because no matter what, this is a cosmic event. No matter what, you can't stop what is happening. This is the awakening for humanity, for the beings that are in human form at this point, to awaken their consciousness to being more and to propel us into a new state of being. So, you know, that's happening. And all of this stuff, I say it a million times, all of this stuff that is happening around us is to wake each individual up. If you hold on to these different aspects of life on earth, then it's going to be a lot more painful as it's pulled out of your hands, and your attachments and everything in you that has attached to it will have to be like reconformed, you know? So that's why I have said, like, if you know, are holding on to politics or holding on to, you know, big pharma, for God's sakes, whatever you're holding on to, once it gets exposed, then, you know, it's going to be yanked away from you. All this stuff is ending, and you have to see the control, because it's all about sovereignty. It's all about freedom. It's all about recognizing your own self-worth. And that was some other stuff I was going to talk about too. But it's just crazy, because there's still, you know, this group of people who just, they don't see it at all. And I talk about it all the time, how it's weird when you're having these conversations with people in this other reality, because they don't see it at all. Like, even when you point it out, like, yeah, but what about the government shouldn't be controlling our food? That's dangerous. It doesn't go in, like, it doesn't process the same for the rest of us who have already seen. We're like, oh, fuck, no, they better not. Yeah, and I love that woke guy the other day, and I did share his video, because then I was like, well, if it's public, anybody can share it, right? I don't know, there's so many copyright things, like with music and pictures and stuff, but I'm pretty sure that you can share it. So I shared the link. It is funny. But it is very, very true. And, you know, especially those farm people and stuff. Yeah, you want to go for their gun. Being out here, like, I was anti-gun my whole life. I was scared to death of guns. Being raised by an alcoholic who had a gun collection, I've been horrified by guns. And, but moving out here to the rural community, and then I started being like, fuck, I need a gun. Man, there's bears, there's mountain lions, there's all sorts of stuff. Like, you gotta, and fucking, I don't even know. There's gotta be a different word, because hillbillies shouldn't be used when you're talking about people like this. You know, that, if you watch those documentaries about hillbillies, it's like just another label that we've just demonized and stuff. We've got to get out of this labeling. Everybody's got to drop the labels. Drop, drop, drop. Let them go. Don't identify yourself with labels. It's so restricting. It boxes you in. It doesn't, you know, it's a limitation. And people right away that it is, you know, just like if somebody sees me out someplace, if they look at me and all they see is like, oh, a tattooed person, then, you know, whatever associates in their mind, oh, tattooed people, they're crazy, they're stupid, they're drug addicts, they probably are thieves, whatever, all the stuff that goes with that in their head. They don't even see me at all, you know? They don't have any idea who I am. We all do this. This isn't just, we all do this about people. Like if you were very offended about fat people and you go someplace and you see, a fat person struggling to walk, then right away your judgment on them is coming from a certain place. You're not seeing them for who they are. You don't know their struggles. You don't know their life. You don't know what they've gone through. You don't know what has caused them to have these problems, because a lot of people are carrying their problems right out there for everybody to see. And, we use that time to point and make fun and humiliate people. That's not what we're about, I mean, come on, guys. We've been taught to be different than what we are. You got to go inside. You got to find your inner love, your inner, the inner beauty that keeps you from judging and being harsh and bullying others, And that's super important. We need to learn to accept others. And that is one of the things I'm going to talk about in the other one. But I don't want to do, as I really think that not only is it hard to for longer ones, that I think it's more harder for people to listen to, but it's hard to try and figure out a label because I've rambled through a million different things. So then I try and title and it's like super hard. Anyways, so, the food, the guns, all of this stuff that is, and who knows how long this is going to go on. I mean, I try and use some of these people and the people who look into things in the news and stuff, kind of like a barometer to see kind of like where we're at. But there's no way to really know all the different things we have to hit in, divine timing, say, to get to that point, because everything affects everything else. So you have, this has to happen to make this happen, to make this happen, blah, 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 the whole way to get to where we are. That's why it's divine timing, because it has so many different things that have to fall into place to have it happen. So, we're kind of in that. So you can kind of like, I'll look and see, what's the kind of like, what's going on. Like we're in a big movement forward right now with the disclosure, especially, being mid-June, heading for July. And so I feel super optimistic about that. And I feel like we're right on track. But yeah, there's no way to know like how much more stuff we're going to have with food shortages. Like how bad is it really going to get? I mean, so many people have been telling everybody, stock up, get your dried food, get your canned food, get the stuff so that you can take care of yourself for a few weeks. That's the whole thing, is you've got to start learning about how am I going to take care of myself? How, being able to be independent from the government. They've enslaved you and they've made you dependent on them, but you have to break free from that dependence. You have to realign with yourself and pull out of their system, because their system's breaking. And if you are completely dependent on them and you have no skills, no, way to feed yourself, your soul came to learn it now, because that's what you're about to figure out. So, everything you can do, focus. Like if you need to watch those videos about, what are those people called, the preppers and stuff like that. If you need to watch those videos, then, that might help you get in that kind of mindset to, be prepared, and how to take care of yourself and how to build a fire. They show you so much stuff. And, freaking watch Naked and Afraid. I love that show. But, I mean, we are human beings. We have made it on this planet for a long time before we were, domesticated. And now we're breaking free. And we're saying, oh, we don't need your rules. We don't need your life. We can live on our own. So we don't need you anymore. And you're evil. And you have used us and abused us for far too long. And, that's what we're doing. So there's a couple more things I wanted to talk about, so I'll stop here on this one and I'll start right back.